Howdy y'all, Mike back here today. I'm going to show you on them, maybe league starter, maybe not a league starter. It kind of depends on what the economies look like. And so it's going to be a one with nothing Hallow Palm build thing. I don't fucking know what to call it. What we're going to do though, we're going to start off the past tree this time, because there's some kind of specific stuff you need. So, here we go. We's a duelist who's ascended into a slayer. Well, why? Because Slayer is pretty sweet. So, first thing you're going to do, you're going to take Brutal Fervor. Alright, that gives you life leech. Is not removed on unreserved life. That means you're constantly leeching. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take Endless Hunger. It gives you 20% of overkill damage, leech to life. Gives you attack speed, you cannot be stunned while leeching. We are always leeching. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take Bane of Legends. Means you cannot take reflected fizz damage. We don't do LE damage, so we can run pretty much any map mod. Then you're going to take Headsman. Headsman gives you kill enemies that have 20% or lower life when hit with your skills. That means it's a 20% call-in strike. Perfect. So, first thing we want to go over is this right here jewel called One with Nothing. It gives you Hallow Palm Techinque. It says you count as dual wielding while you're unencumbered. You get more attack speed with melee skills, and you get fizz damage melee skills per 10 dexterity. That's alrighty, so we're gonna be stacking dexterity in this here build. So, tree looks pretty simple. You're gonna take as many dex nodes as you can. So you're gonna come down through here like, you can go over here, you're gonna take Art of Gladiator, gives you some dex, you're gonna jump down, you're gonna take Deverish, gives you move speed. Alright. Now, let me go ahead and unsocket this here Timeless jewel. So, there you go. You get Deverish, you get Bravery, you don't get Master of the Arena. You know, come down here, you're going to take this jewel socket. Now, this is where you're going to put you first, your one with nothing first thing, alright? Then, once you get a little more into the game, you can move it over here, and then you can kind of build it up. You're going to jump over here, you're going to take Fortify damage, alright? Alright, I'm going to give you 45 mastery. Melee hits Fortify. It means you got Perma Fortify. How many fucking times can I say Fortify in this here freaking sentence? You're going to take Cloth and Chain. You're going to jump down. You're going to take Iron Reflexes. Iron Reflexes means all evasion rate converts all evasion rating on armor to dexterity, provides no bonus to evasion. You're going to jump over here. You're going to take this here Adamant node. Alright, you're going to jump across here. We can close this window out. You're going to jump across. You're going to go back up here. Alrighty. Come across, you're going to take all these dex nodes. Now, by this time, you're going to want to jump down and take this here jewel socket and move you one with nothing down here. You're going to jump up here, you're going to take this here Impale node. Why? Because Impale is pretty sweet. You're going to come down here, you're going to take this here attack speed node. Now, we always count dual wielding, so we get some dual wielding buffs. There's your mastery. Alright, there's your mastery on that one. Alrighty then, you're going to come up here and you're going to take this node for as much dex as you can possibly get. Okay, you come over here, you come up, you're going to take this here life mastery node. You're going to start jumping up here, you're going to take this life node, this jewel socket, these here nodes for some evasion rating. Come up here and take this here node, and you're going to travel all the way up here and you're going to take this life node. Now, by this time, you should be getting some pretty decent currency like. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up here and you're going to take this node. It says Mage Bane, dexterity provides no inherent bonus to evasion. You get a chance to press spell damage per 15 dexterity. Alright. So, down here we're converting evasion rate into armor. Dexterity provides no bonus. And up here, we converting dexterity gives no bonus, but we get spell damage, or spell suppression. That means we setting it almost a little over 10k armor, 50% spell suppress. Perfect. Alrighty then. So, next thing you want to do, you want to get you one of your timeless jewels. Alright, you want brutal restraint. You want to be denoted in the service of Denakir, what the fuck ever. Just make sure it says Marikath. You know, socket that sumbitch right there. Now you notice when I put that in there, all these like nodes here, these life nodes, these all give a little bit of dex. So, for instance, if we look at my Cyclone, I got 132k DPS. I pop this in, well, bam, we got 154k DPS. Pretty sweet like. Now, next thing you want to do, you want to get a Watcher's Eye. This right here, you want to get a Pride Watcher's Eye. Impales you inflict last 2 additional hits. That's the only thing that matters on this. The other little jewel node up here, you want a bronze jewel. Why? Because it gives you a shitload of dexterity. Perfect. Alrighty, let's go over the armor. It's going to be real quick. Because we ain't got no main hand, we ain't got no offhand, we ain't got no gloves. So, Devoto's Devotion. Why you want this? You want some dexterity. It gives you fizz damage. It gives you move speed. Perfect. You want Astramantis. Gives you a shitload of attributes. You want Garukin's Flight. Why? Because it gives you move speed, dexterity, and evasion rating. Also gives you +2 to max life per 10 dexterity. Now, we have over 1,000 dexterity. That means we get a shitload of life. Alright, next thing you want is the Wild Wrap. Now, this is a 5 link. Could never afford a 6 link in League. Ain't touched this build since League. What it says is it gives you some dexterity, gives you some cold res, movement speed, and gives you 1% increased damage per 15 dexterity. Your rings, you want as much res as you possibly can have, and you want channeling skills have -3 mana cost. That makes our Cyclone free. Next thing, you want a belt. Now, I'm running a Stygian Vise because I'm pretty sure I dropped this son of a bitch with a lot of res on it. Apparently, I have fizz damage to attacks. Perfect. Alright, links. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to have main 6 links. It's going to be Cyclone, it's going to be Pulverize, it's going to be Impale. And you want Melee Fizz, can be awakened if you want. And you want Brutality, can be awakened if you want. Next thing you're going to have Blood and Sand, you're going to have Pride. You're going to get you some Flesh and Stone and a Flame Dash. Because we can't use Leap Flame because ain't got no weapon here. You don't want an Ancestor War Chief linked with Impale support, preferably Val if you can get her. You don't want some Val Molten Shell, again if you can get Val, that's sweet. And you want Dread Banner, there you go, that's your fucking skills in your tree. Now, let's go ahead and run a map here. I don't know, I never know what I want to run. Hell, let's run a Lava Chambers, why not? That looks pretty sweet. Sure, we'll run a tier 10 Lava Chambers, awesome. Don't matter what the thing is, because we can run all map mods. That's if you game loads. So, you can see we do have a ton of movement speed, and apparently I'm lagging like a son of a bitch. That's just not ideal. There we go. So, because we're stacking so much damn movement speed, our Cyclone's really fast, and apparently I am lagging out of my dick. But you know what? That's cool. We're just going to roll with it, alright? So, I guess I should talk about Flash, but you know, it's pretty simple. You want a Lion's Roar. That's about the only Flash that matters in this build. Not really anything special. This is pretty much your bog standard Slayer Cyclone build. I mean, honestly, you could play this with a fucking axe. You could play this with a sword. You could play this dual wield, 2-hand. You could play this with no hands. I mean, Cyclone's really not that hard to build, if I'm quite being honest. Hell, my dumbass did it. You could probably do her too. Hell, you probably do her and post her to YouTube like Eisen done. So, let's go ahead and hit this here Legion. Let's drop even more FPS, because you know that's ideal for a fucking video. Alright, we're not going to hit that Legion. We're just going to go ahead and leave. Hopefully. Maybe. Possibly. We probably ain't going to be able to leave. Alrighty then. So, there's the boss arena. So, you're going to walk in to the boss, you're going to kill all the little minions. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to pop your Val Molten Shell, you're going to hit your War Chief totems, and you're just going to go ahead and slay that boss outright. There you go, bada bing, bada boom. There's your laggy ass fucking gameplay, and I don't know what it was laggy. You know, anybody who was probably good at this YouTube shit or making build guides probably redo that, but I don't rightfully give fuck. So, hope you all enjoy. If you did, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. God.